sense, frankly. I think Massachusetts could do a lot more than it's doing now, and many other states are doing a lot more to both require and nudge folks who are on public assistance into working and into workplace environments. We should be far more aggressive about that. At the end of the day, anything you can do to get somebody into a work environment, into a work routine, eventually that'll translate into getting them off of public assistance, and that's a good thing. And I think we should be as aggressive as we can be about eligibility and the rules and all the rest, because, you know, what the heck, it's taxpayer money that's funding all this stuff, and they really feel in many cases like they're being played for chumps. You know, they're working really hard, they're paying all their bills, they're paying their taxes, and then they see other people who aren't playing by the same rules they are, who are getting a lot of the benefits that they're paying for.
How would you like the people to hold you accountable if you fail them on anything that you may pledge to do in your first term? Do you have plans for your first term?
I'm not going to raise taxes. That's number one. Number two, I'm not going to cut local aid. Number three, I'm going to try and get as many reforms done to improve local government's ability to manage its budget and pay for services as possible, including some of those health insurance reforms that we talked about before. I also want to, I'm serious about this regulatory review and cleaning up the red tape thing. I mean, I want to get that done. I want to get it done in my first year. And I also think, you know, we talked about business costs, healthcare costs, energy costs, all that stuff. I guess what I would say is I would want to be measured on how I did in delivering on what I call sort of creating that climate for growth and economic opportunity. Because I really do believe if we create the climate, there's plenty of smart people in this state who can figure out how to turn that into jobs and investment.
And I just quickly want to say, if you have a question that you want us to ask any of your government officials or legal representations, you can email the show at the Hector Montalvo Show at yahoo.com. You can also visit us at the web at behindthescenes.weebly.com. Mr. Baker, we have a few minutes left. What can you tell the constituents out there as to why they should vote for you?
I think the biggest reasons people should vote for me, I'm not on Beacon Hill now, all right? I'm trying to fix what's been going on Beacon Hill for the past 4 years. I mean, can anybody really believe that if we elect as governor in November, any of the people that are up there now, that we're really going to get a heck of a lot of change come January? I mean, if you're interested in change, you should be voting for me. Second thing is, I've got experience in both the public and private sector in turning around organizations that had big-time problems. I mean, Harvard Pilgrim was basically dysfunctional and almost bankrupt when I got there, which sounds a lot like the situation state government faces today. The third is, I'm the only candidate in this race who's put serious reforms on the table and said, this is what I'm going to do, all right? The governor talks about, you know, he's not willing to commit not to raise taxes. He's not willing to commit to any serious reforms. The treasurer has put almost no significant reforms and any kind of level of detail on the table. He doesn't think we need to reform the pension system. Anybody who doesn't think we need to reform the pension system, which has a deficit now of about $20 billion, is kidding themselves. And I think in many ways, you know, what people want is change and reform and a government that lives within its means, led by somebody who's actually done that before. I think that's me.
How can people reach you or donate to your campaign or help you out in your bid for office? CharlieBaker2010.com. That's our website. You can sign up to be part of Team Baker. You can make contributions. You can check out a lot of the video and the text we've got on there answering questions and all the rest. And there's also a pretty cool online tool that we've developed for people who actually want to sort of be their own little campaign manager, call voters in their area, access and get lawn signs and stuff like that they can do literally from their laptop in their house in our online action center. It's a pretty cool tool. Nice, nice. We'll wish you all the best out there in the campaign trail. Before you go, I just wanted to ask you real quickly, under the current administration, promises have been broken to the people.
Property tax cuts, 1,000 new cops on the street, no cuts in local aid. I mean, those are big promises they made that they didn't deliver on.
Well, we wish you all the best. We thank you for appearing here on Behind the Scenes. You've been watching Behind the Scenes.
My guest today is candidate for Republican candidate for governor for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Mr. Charlie Baker. We thank him for appearing. My name is Hector Montalvo. I am your host. Thank you for watching Behind the Scenes. Join us next time when we go behind the scenes to ask the tough questions, bring you their responses, and we let you decide. Thank you for watching.